Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Hey traders, I've been doing some analysis on my weekend because I just don't take weekends off. I'm so excited about these markets, traders. Anyway, I've been doing some analysis this weekend and oh my goodness, I've been looking at these charts and I've got something amazing. Check this out. So the thing that I've been watching here and been looking at is I've been doing some analysis on big picture stuff. Okay, this is what I'm talking about here, guys. Is big picture stuff. Okay, it's not if what happens tomorrow. Okay, big picture stuff. I'm pretty sure most of you guys understand what I'm saying here. Okay, it's not what happens tomorrow or next week. I'm not even this month really. It's what's happening right now, but on the big picture scale. So anyway, so on my good old YouTubes, I put up a video, I put up a chart here. I said weekly chart from today to 2008. I said, just doing some analysis and check out this sexy beast. Have a guess what market this is. And oh, by the way, guys, if you'd like to learn my trading system, go to johnsfreetraining.com, johnsfreetraining.com, and you will be able to get access to a webinar that I'm running. And on that webinar, I'm going to teach you exactly all the details to my trading system. And they said, this sexy beast, excuse me, Eminem said, yes, Nasdaq 100 log chart. Wow, you got spot on. S&P 500. Can I give a thumbs down? No, you didn't get it. Nasdaq, fantastic, and SPX. It's like, and that's exactly right. I've been doing some analysis, and this is the big thing that I've learned traders trading the markets over the last 17 years of trading the markets. Now, my first 3, 4, maybe 5 years, I lost $250,000 on that webinar. Again, I think it's the second link in the description. You'll be able to see there. On that webinar, I talked to you more about what got me out of the hole from losing $250,000 to actually making money. So if you are in that point where you're losing a lot of money and you're not sure what to do to get out of it, to actually start making money, again, on the webinar, that's secret number 1, I'm going to walk you through exactly what I had to do to transition from literally almost going bankrupt to then becoming a full-time trader. And the thing that I was doing is I was doing some analysis, and I normally do a lot of my analysis on this type of chart. Okay, so this type of chart is this. Let me do this here. If it's this type of chart is arithmetic. I think that's it's the normal chart itself. Okay, and that's what I normally do most of the time. But I'm a chart guy. All right, I love looking at charts because charts do give you story about what's happening, especially when you start to look at monthly charts and weekly charts. And you start to bring out the big picture as well too. Things do happen, it just blows me away, right? So if I go back to the Nasdaq here, so what I've been doing is I've been looking at a chart that if I go to the edit here, you can see it's on log scale. So I'm on log scale and also I'm looking at a weekly chart. So for you guys that got that right, absolutely spot on. You got exactly that right. It was definitely a log chart on there. And so we can see through here, right? We can see resistance, and look at this here. This is just, and this is where, guys, I'm telling you, if you don't believe in charts, you don't, this is not a coincidence that what has happened here, okay? This is a log chart, and it's going back since 2008, right? We started this upward channel. Look at this here. For the entire move up, we stayed here. Look at that. All through here, all through here, all through here, all through there as well too, and also through there, and also through here as well too, right? Look at this here. So not only do we have an enormous amount of resistance all the way up, until even with the vid crash, but look at this here. This is so fascinating, right? Isn't it fascinating that we actually got right here, right at this level through here, okay? Right at that level there. Then the vid crash happened, which was the exact same angle. Remember this, guys, this is a weekly chart on the Nasdaq. Guys, this is what tickles my fancy, all right? If you, oh my goodness, whoa, look at this here. But then look what happened. The whole vid thing happened. What did we do? We got a false breakout, and then we ran back to the other side. But look what happened here. Support. It did its thing up here, come back down. Look where it actually found support. Right at the exact same angle. Now it's not, to me, it's more like an area, right? So you got more like it's more like a band, I would say. It's just a fine band area. Okay, so you have this area through here, which is where it's fine support, and now it's bouncing off. That's not a coincidence in the markets. And the more times that I do my analysis, right? The more times that I do my analysis by looking at the big picture stuff, looking at those macro charts, you say, wow, this is just incredible, right? And especially when you start to look at the monthly charts, you could see what's happening here, right? On a big monthly long-term scale, you can see how we've had a lot of resistance and now we've actually broken down. So that's the first thing that we can see through here, right? We can see that that's what's happening through there. And now we're coming back down and finding support. So I'm telling you right now, traders, I'm telling you right now that, said motorbike's gone past. Any of you guys ride motorbikes that watch my stuff? Leave a comment below. I want to buy another motorbike. I was actually talking to my auntie last night. I went and had dinner with my auntie. Good old fam. Love them so much. Yeah, and we're talking about like motorbikes and stuff like that. It's just, I used to ride, my uncle used to give me, I was so bad. My uncle used to set up these really nice motorbikes and stuff like that, like a PW50 and then a 125 and 250. If you guys are bike fans, you know what I'm talking about. And I'd hop on it and I'd ride it and I'd wreck the shit out of it because I had no idea how to ride it, one, and secondly, I used to crash it all the time. I got better over time. Anyway, leave a comment below and let me know if you're a bike fan. Also, let me know what type of bike or motorbike, road bike that is, that you actually like. Or are you more of a dirt bike fan? I grew up with riding dirt bikes a lot with my father. So I was also into dirt bikes as well too. I still am. That's actually the kid in me that I know I want to get back and actually start doing as well too. So I know the midlife crisis is happening soon because I'm getting to that age. So, or actually not to that age, but I know I'm going to start to get to that there. Anyway, back to the market. So this is what's happening here. And so traders, if this does continue to hold where we are right now, and you can see what actually happened here on a monthly basis, right? If we do continue to hold here right now and we don't break these lows through here, and we continue to break above here, that's going to be a big move up, a big move down, and we're going to see a massive, massive move to the upside. We're going to see a slingshot move. And so the real fascinating thing about this here is you can see that's what happened. So I started doing some analysis on some other charts, right? I started saying like, oh, what's happening through here? And so I started like being a little diggy, right? Diggy, man. I started then look at the Dow Jones. And so then I started looking at the Dow Jones and I started looking at this here. I'm like, isn't this fascinating? So firstly, we have a massive, now this is checked. I gotta calm myself down sometimes, guys. I'll tell you. We had look at this here. I'm gonna highlight this level 3. Check that out. That's the start of 2000 and high. Then we connect these points through here. Right, that point through there, and look what happened. It found support right there. Traders, that is not a coincidence. These major areas come into play all the time. And it's not a quinky dink. I had one of my private clients last year say, John, shut up with your quinky dink. That's a quinky dink, right? And then now we had this bounce level through here. Now, what I've also noticed, and this is just pretty crazy, is that I've noticed here that we also have this other trend line here, right? We have this other support level through here, support level through here. We didn't quite pick it up through there. If I wanted to make that a bit thicker as well too, right? So I'm gonna make that probably just a bit thicker, and let me make that like a purple color here for a minute, all right? And I'm gonna take this off the screen here so we can just see the differences from I'm just trying to make different color here. So we probably could see maybe that'll be you can see how it's not a finite error, but it's more like an area, okay? On the markets, that'll be like the resistance over there. And then we actually create a parallel trend line. And then we can see that there's probably a channel going on probably somewhere through there as well too, right? Yeah, we probably have something going on through here as well. And this has actually always been the hard thing for the Dow Jones. So we have this level through here, right? That'll be that level through there. And then we also have, I know that's the exact same. That's pretty much almost the exact same area through there. So if I actually create a parallel trend line here, I wonder if that's gonna do us anything through there. Yeah, not much through there, right? So I'm just looking at where we are right now, and I'd have to say that'll be, Yeah, that'll have to be the angle that I'm using right now, especially this angle through here, right? Especially all this angle through here. And so that's actually definitely an area of major resistance, right? So remember the Nasdaq as well too. So what do you think is going to happen once we get up to here? We're going to what? We're going to find a lot of resistance. Now that doesn't look like much, my ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, but you do realize that's 45 to 46,000 on the Dow. We're at 34,000 right now. And we're being in this big channel here after this big false breakout, and now we've had this move up. And so what I did is I said, okay, I looked at the line. I said, okay, if we continue to bounce off this major trend line here, which we have done, remember that's that big long-term trend line, and we continue up from here, where is the target for the Dow Jones? So if X marks the spot where this is the end of the year, and if this whole level through here is just what we did. Let me actually do this back here. So what I did is I did this. I drew actually let's go back to here for a minute. So what I did is, okay, if we can do the exact same sort of angle, right? The exact same sort of angle from there to there, right? And as you can see, we've had a very, 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 very sort of that's the move up. If we do sort of a similar angle from there to there, check this out. This will blow you away. Look at that through there. We get to what? Now that's actually a similar angle to what we did last year. I think it's going to be much more steeper, but the top of this angle through here, if we get that, is around that 45 to 46,000. If we have a very nice move up for a few months, then you get into the 40,000 plus on the Dow Jones. So really, really, really nice. Okay, but this is also check this out as well too, right? If we have a look at the S&P 500, this is a chart that I've been doing some analysis on as well too. Now look at this here. This S&P 500 has two main channels that I really want to share with you here for a minute, okay? The first channel, and let me take this off the screen because I don't want to confuse you guys just for a moment here. The first channel I want you to focus on, that I want your eyes to put, and let me see, can I just make that really faint? Yeah, okay, cool. All right, I'm going to do the same thing for this as well too, because I really want you to focus on this, okay? So I'll make that really faint. And then there was a first channel here. Look at this here. So this very first channel, again, this is a weekly chart on the S&P 500. We'll look at the S&P 500 now. Weekly chart. Again, this is a log chart. We have all this area of resistance. Then again, forget this other blue line here, okay? Look at this other, look at the thick blue line. Resistance, 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 resistance. Look at this here. Look what happened here. It found support as well too. They're all doing the exact same thing on the log chart. Now guys, I don't use the log chart to trade with. Sometimes when I'm doing my analysis, I just like to look at the log chart to see the big picture stuff. It's just really, 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 really fascinating to see. But you can see that, look at this here. All that level started back in 2013, 2014, right? We had that area of resistance. And so now we had a pullback, and now we found a lot of support, and now we're getting a bounce through there, right? So that's what we're getting through there. But here's the really, 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 really fascinating thing, okay? We can see we had this channel here. If you see this blue, see that blue channel there? That's that blue channel. Now what happens is that if you want to figure out where the market's going, is once we see a channel like this, where it's going up, once we break out, we measure from the high of the channel to the low of the channel, just like so. Okay, just like that. And then what we do is we measure it from the what? We measure it from the breakout. So that's the breakout there. See what I'm saying? See what I did there? So you measure from the high of the channel to the low of the channel. And you can see how that's the channel there, right? You can see how it was channeling between there. So then we actually measure it from the breakout, from there to there. And check this out. Look where it actually stopped. It stopped where? Smack cold, right on the projected target of the channel. And it's just like, ooh, wow, look at that. Look at that sexy beast. And it just ran straight to that level there. And it's just like, it's so fascinating how all these projection target works. So we have that through there. Now check this out. Now I've just done that. I'm now going to minimize. I'm going to do the exact same thing now, but I'm going to use the other channel here. So I'm going to make this channel that I just showed you there, because that's relevant news now because we're finding support. But what's happening moving forward? And the moving forward is that we have a much, much, much bigger. And now I'm going to make this level through here. And let's actually just make this pink because I've got a fetish with pink or purple. So I've got a fetish with that lately. So let's actually bring that up. All right. So I'm going to make that really thick like that. I'm going to take that up the screen. And I'm also going to create a parallel trend line like so. And I'm going to create what? I'm going to create a channel in place as well too. See that through there? Okay. So we're going to do something like, that through there. Okay. With me so far? And now you can see. Now, traders, this is just something that just, oh my goodness, just blows me away. This back here is 2010. Then we had a lot of resistance back here in 2011, 14, 15, 16. Nothing. Look where it stopped dead cold recently. On the other side of this major long-term channel. What a coincidence. Oh, wow. All right. Absolutely wow. And then you can see we have support level here, support level here. We had a little bit of a flush down through there, but mainly support level through there. We did break down, but you can see how it came back up and then what? Found support level through there, and then we continued up. So we have this overall channel in place that we're in. Now, here's the thing. If this market does continue up and we do break out of this channel, where is the target for the S&P 500? Now, remember, traders, this is big picture stuff, right? So this actually may take a while to happen, but I do believe we are in the midst of a big blow off top that's going to happen. So if we start to see a move up and a breakout above 5,000, we measure from the high here, and depending on where the breakout is, let's say the breakout's there, which is not going to be, but let's say the breakout is there, then we now get a target of what? 6,600. Now remember, traders, it's the exact same technique, right? It's the exact same technique as I used for this one here. Remember I said before, you measure from the high to the low of this very first sort of shorter term channel that we had here. You project that out, and that's your target right there. Now I'm using the absolute massive longer term channel here, this massive longer term channel that's been in place, and we're using that right now with this major resistance level. If indeed, now this is the if scenarios, okay guys, if indeed we do start to break above this channel here and we start to break out, then that tells me, just like we did back here, right here, right? That tells me that once we start to break out, we're now on our way, and I know this sounds crazy, right? But we're on our way to 6,600. So I've always had a target of 6,000. So now, because of exactly what I've just said to you, I'm now raising my target to 6,500. I have a 6,500 target on the S&P 500. And guys, because I'm just using my analysis, I'm using the market, I'm using the charts, I'm using projective patterns, just like it worked back here. But again, it takes time, right? We may not get that to next year. Like, I don't know. I don't know if the recession is going to happen this year or not. I doubt it. I think we have a really good year, but I think the recession is definitely coming, but we really have a big blow off top coming in the mix of all this. So there we go, traders. This is something that, wow, seeing these patterns just shows me that, one, we're in a very big bull market and we're holding really significant support levels, which was like in this case, really strong support. But once we break out, we're going to see some really tremendous moves in the market. So traders, when I first started trading, I lost $250,000 trading the markets. And then I got access to a few seven-figure mentors that really set me straight on what I need to do with the foundations, how to read the charts, the trading systems, the mindset, so on and so forth. And then that was the massive turning point for me to be doing really well from actual trading and being successful trading. So what I've done is I've created a course called the Breakthrough Course. And what I've done is I've actually put a whole bunch of really good education and strategies and processes that help me go from $250,000 in debt to then actually becoming a full-time trader, making a full-time income from trading. And I'm actually running a flash sale to that trading course. So if you go to johnsflashsale.com, or there should be a link in the description. If there's not, then go to johnsflashsale.com. That's JOHNS flashsale.com. Go to johnsflashsale.com and you'll be able to get access to this course now for $7. So go get access to that right now, guys, and I'll see you real soon.